brings lights, change the way you live. So this is just the mind of a nerd. I love books. Peace, Aja and Jerry, author and scholar, and I have some exciting news for you guys. Y'all ready? Bam! Today is the day that my campaign started, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. Less than 60 days, my soul story, like I put it all on the line. My memoir will be out. One mic, and this is my second book, preceding my first book, which is its complement, Hip Hop You Saved My Life, the workbook, right? Six things I want you guys to know real quick. Number one mic is the title of my book preceding this. So number two, the reason my memoir is called One Mic, first of all, Nas is my favorite rapper, Nasir Zones. I kind of like relate to him. I resonate with him. He's a griot. He's a storyteller. He tells images through his words, and I do the same thing, right? And I feel him when he say all I need is one mic. That's all I needed to elevate from my circumstances. Mind over matter, right? That's why we read books. But one mic is, I have a quote in my book that states, once I heard my soul over those beats, I felt free, right? And that's the power of like exercising your voice. And that's the one thing my mentor always told me, was to find your voice. And so once I found my voice, I felt like I was human again. I didn't feel like the victim, because I can make sense of my circumstances. So all I need is one mic. Yo, y'all make sure y'all check this book out, right? We Gonna Be Alright by Jeff Chang. Jeff Chang is a hip hop author similar to me, and he's dope because he's able to translate like the hip hop culture and lyrics into talking about race, prejudice, about rights, and he does it very eloquent, very poetic. He talks about Ferguson in here, and it's a simple, clean book. We Gonna Be Alright. He also has a book called Can't Stop, Won't Stop. So shout out to Jeff Chang. Real clean. So number three is a fact. Music, to me, is the most powerful language in the universe. It's kind of liquid, and it travels through all type of forms. It speaks. Everyone has the language of music. Everybody understands that language. Every creature, because it's harmony, and harmony is peace. And so, one mic is basically the soundtrack of my life. One mic. Right, I just like came across this, and I think this is really fresh. This is Curtis Mayfield biography called Traveling Soul, and it's written by his son. I love Curtis Mayfield, and I'm pretty sure everybody else do. One of Curtis Mayfield quotes from his song is, "Your dream is your only scheme," right? And so, similar to his son writing his story, and he's basically a music prodigy out the hood of Chicago. I can relate to that because my father was a musician, you know what I'm saying, from California, and he came from the bottom, and he owned his own record label. My mother was a vocalist, so music is kind of like in me, and their story is a hip-hop love story, and they had me, a hip-hop baby, and this is why I love hip-hop, and it's in my blood, and this is why I wrote the book, One Mic. Pow. This is another classic by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Between the World and Me. New York's bestseller because it is thebomb.com. I read this book in one sitting because it was just that enthralling. Like, I literally couldn't put this book down. It was just like amazing. And it's a memoir. And it actually kind of inspired me to write my memoir. Number 5 is whenever I write hooks or songs or just poetry or my life in my book, I'm time traveling. And that's the power of music, right? It takes you back in that time and that space. And in 2007 and 2008, I lost my parents real tragic here in St. Louis. And the only way that I could reconnect or talk to my ancestors is by time traveling, right? Now, this isn't like the go-to book to time travel, but I want to put it in your mind that you can time travel if you want to talk to your ancestors or you want to talk to anybody who means anything to you. So my book, One Mic, is a ode to them. Oh, wow. Ignorance is God's prison. Knowing is God's palace. Damn, that's profound. This is one of the best Sufi poets of all time. Stokely was a bad man. Ashe. Rest in power, Stokely. You guys make sure y'all read his essays, his literature. Very powerful. Had the whole Black Power. He kind of like coined that. And you know, his interviews, it's like he really spit fire. Like you really have to listen to his interviews, which prompted me to number 6. Moving back to St. Louis, I just feel like ignorance, you know what I'm saying? Ignorance is kind of paraded, and we really have to kind of stop this generation curse of ignorance, not knowing, and poverty. Like all that's by choice, and we can choose a better life. And it's simple. Picking up a book, getting a composition book, and writing your story, and reading someone else's story, similar to what I did. Hov told us we all screwed because we never had the tools. So we gotta get these tools, man, and that's what I'm committed to. Getting these tools and spreading light.
Yeah, I talked to somebody a couple days
Peace.
ago about the living race pool.
Rest in power, Ashe, to Baba Dick Gregory, along with Baba Bruce, Yeye Denise, and you talking about bad? Yo, Dick Gregory had the flames. Dick Gregory had that power. Ashe, Ashe. So you want to support the movement? I want you guys to support the movement. Like I said, this is bigger than me. This is for the city. This is for the ancestors. This is for the culture. So this is what I need you guys to do. 15 seconds flat. Go to my website, www.azainjiri.com, right? Provide your email, 15 seconds. When you provide your email, you're going to get exclusive ciphers, hip-hop articles that I'll be writing, giving the science of albums and lyrics. And you'll be getting chapter excerpts from my upcoming memoir, One Mic, poetry. You know, I might give y'all some poetry here and there. I might give y'all some French music. And most importantly, you'll be getting writing tips. When you write, you think. When you think, you reason. When you reason, nothing is a problem, right? Because you know the math, you got the answer. So, that's right. And I'll help you guys. I need you guys' email. The campaign start now. And I want you guys to support me. Peace and love and light. Hated to love it. The underdogs on top. Let's get it. All I need is one mic. That's all I need. All I need is one mic. Let me tell you about this life. Let me tell you about this life. I'm trying to spread light. I'm trying to spread light. Let me tell you about this life. Let me tell you about this life. Listen.